When the Aga Khan was being received by the Kenyan president, you could see the two GSU NCOs standing at attention on both sides of the huge door. When they entered, you could see that the two GSU NCOs saluted them with the guns, a salute that is called present arms. Whenever a VIP visits the White House, you will notice two NCOs from the Marine Corps similarly standing on both sides of the door in the White House. These two groups perform the same duties. What the two Marine NCOs do in the White House is what the two GSU officers do in State House in Kenya. The American Marine and the Kenyan GSU have a special mental effect when it comes to issues of security. To a keen eye, the ceremony is not exactly the same. But first thing first, if you have no military background, you may think that what the Marine Corps do in the White House is exactly what the GSU do in State House, Nairobi. But there is a slight change that only a keen eye can notice. After watching this video, if you watch those, then you will notice that you had not noticed. Why do we have these two sets? In the USA, the Marine is seen as the elite. You remember when they were saying the Marine has landed. So, in the US, Marine is seen as the cream of the creams. In Kenya, GSU, especially the G company, not the G company, the R company of the GSU, the REC company, is seen as the elite. So it shows that it is a ceremonial way of passing that the head of state is being guarded by the elite squad of security in that country. Of course, there are various security details in the White House. And there are various security details in the State House. In case of State House, Kenya, there are 6 sets of independent but coordinating security teams. The first one is the presidential escort that has got a commandant. Every time the president goes anywhere, you'll see that there are vehicles which are written presidential escort. A presidential escort, their work is to escort the president wherever he goes. There is a GSU company. First of all, presidential escort is not part of the GSU. It has a commandant just like of the same rank as that one of the GSU commandant. In many cases, the commandant of presidential escort, the commandant of GSU becomes the commandant of presidential escort, and even in some cases, the commandant of presidential escort became the overall police commander. But if you look at most of these people, they start off as GSU commandant, then become the presidential commandant, and after becoming the presidential escort commandant, they become the overall police boss. The most known are 2. One is Bernard Njinu, Bernard Njinu rose to become the head of the police straight from State House, where he was the presidential escort. He became the overall soon after the 82 coup attempt. The other one is Matthews Itere. Matthews Itere was in the GSU. From GSU, he rose to be, I don't know whether he was the commandant of GSU, but from GSU, he went and became the presidential escort commander and later on became the overall police boss. The second formation that is in State House is the Presidential Guard. Presidential Guard, which is a complete company from the GSU. Presidential Guard is called G Company. G Company. Rec Company is R Company. G Company, you know they have A, B, C, D. I don't know whether they have reached Z. The second group is the Presidential Guard, which is a complete company of the GSU. Can you differentiate between Presidential Guard and the Presidential Escort? Presidential Guard, they guard, the Presidential Guard, they guard the president when he is within the State House. These ones guard the state houses and lodges and even properties, private properties of the president. It is called the G Company. They guard the places, State House, State Lodge, and the president's private properties. Guarding the places. Presidential escort, they escort the president. Presidential escort is, you see them with the vehicle going around. The third one, which is also from the GSU, it is called, first of all, when we talk of the second, the one that is called G Company, these two NCOs belong to the G Company, the Presidential Guard Company. Now the third is Rec Company. Rec Company is from the GSU. Rec Company is from the GSU. It recognizes. They put on civilian clothes. You may have seen them that when the president's vehicle is moving, they try to catch up with the presidential limousine while they are in the suits. Those people who run, they run on both sides of the presidential limousine. The fourth one is the military. The military do guard the president. The colonel who stands behind the president is called ADC. He's the one who coordinates the matter of the military people within the State House or within the presidency. Remember, the president is a 5-star general. So military people are there guarding a 5-star general. There is the 5th and the 6th teams. These are the DCI and NIS. Most of their work is confidential, so I am restrained by the Official Secrets Act from explaining them. That is why in the TJRC, I am described as somebody who used to coordinate intelligence in State House, Nakuru. As of the time of recording this, I've never stepped inside as any of the state houses or state lodges. But since I used to coordinate intelligence gathering within State House, Nakuru, I know what happens there. So in both cases, the USA and Kenya and any other similar jurisdiction, the two NCOs, that is Marine for the USA and GSU for Kenya, are put at the door of the president. Theirs is a ceremonial. It is both ceremonial and also wants anybody within the State House compound that the president is around. I said of the 6 teams that protect the president, and in the case of anything, should there be need of security for the president or whatever, he is well guarded. These 2 cannot guard him. But they are just there for ceremony. Can see both the ceremonies, both in the White House and State House, they are on both sides of the large door. So they are just a ceremony. In Tanzania, they call the ADC Mpambe wa Rais, Mpambe wa Rais. It is just ceremonial. It is just to put there a good drill. But should there be any question of security, the president is taken care of adequately. And I said the other thing is, apart from them being ceremonial, we have people who stay in State House. There are people who regularly visit State House. There are two ways of ascertaining that the president is around. Even on Harambe House, if you're walking around in Harambe House and you see the presidential flag on Harambe House, know that the president is in the office there. So in State House, his presidential standard or presidential flag is prominently displayed for all those who are around to know that the president is around within the compound. But when you see the two GSU officers at the gate, at the door, at the large door, or in the US, if you see the two Marine Corps NCOs, then know that the president is in the office. So long as the president is in the office, they are there, they stand there. When the president enters, or any head of state entering there, they salute a salute that is called present arm. It is obvious to assume that to avoid a situation where the president is in office for long, from morning, let's say up past midnight, because you cannot tell the president that, hey, leo umekaa sana or anything. The president can be there for 14 minutes and he can even be there for 14 hours. You can never question. There must be another set or two on standby to replace them. Remember, they have to eat. If it reaches sometime, they have to eat. They have to drink tea or soda or anything. And then they also have got to visit the loose. So, but those who are visible are two. In the American system, now this is when I want to give the difference. I want you to notice the difference between the American system and the Kenyan system. The American system, so that the first difference, the first thing is that they were the Marine, and in Kenya it is the GSU. Now let us look at the American system. As the president is about to enter or leave the White House office, they open and close the doors. As the president is about to enter his office within the White House, they open the door for him. When he's about to leave, they open the door for him. So they open the door and close the door for the president. The way they open or close the doors is in a drill formation. They do it in a drill formation, like a parade. Now let us look at the Kenyan system, where there is slight difference. And now we are talking of the Kenyan aspect of it. In the Kenyan system, when the president is entering or leaving the office, not State House, but leaving the office, the GSU NCOs gives the present arms salute. Present arms is the highest form of rifle salute. Anybody else entering the office is given a shoulder arm salute, except the visiting heads of state. In the disciplined force, in the disciplined forces, a person of the rank of inspector and above is given a shoulder salute with a rifle. But the ranks of assistant superintendent and above, or even majors in the army, in the military, they are given a present arms salute. But in State House, discipline services are never, they never salute their seniors when the president is around. when the president is around. I had said that in an earlier video where I said that when the president is around, you don't salute. Even if the inspector general passes you and you are a constable, you don't salute that time. When the president is around, you do not salute your seniors, even the inspector general. That is how, now I have explained how that smart drill happens in both State House and White House. You can go to your videos and see how the American president receives other visiting heads of state, and even the Kenyan president receives others. And you'll see that it is a small salary. And even when the president is inside the office, for as long as he is there, those people will stand at attention at both sides of the door until the president leaves the office. Now you know, you can pass it to others.